If motivation worked, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't need another video. You wouldn't need another book. You wouldn't need another reset, restart, or this time I'm serious. Because at some point in your life, you were motivated. You felt it. You planned. You started. And then it faded. Not because you're broken, not because you're lazy, and not because you didn't want it badly enough. Motivation didn't fail you. It did exactly what it was designed to do. The real mistake is believing motivation was ever meant to be reliable. Motivation is not a fuel source, it's a spark, and sparks are short-lived. Motivation exists to initiate behavior, not sustain it. Your brain releases motivation when something feels new, something feels exciting, something promises quick reward, something makes you imagine a better version of yourself. That's why motivation feels powerful at the beginning. New year, new goal, new plan, new identity. But here's the problem. Your brain is not designed to maintain excitement for long-term effort. It is designed to conserve energy and chase cheap dopamine. The moment something becomes repetitive, uncomfortable, or slow, your brain starts pulling motivation away, not to sabotage you, to protect you, from wasted energy, from unnecessary discomfort, from long-term effort with no immediate payoff. Motivation doesn't disappear because you're weak. It disappears because your brain decides the cost is no longer worth it. Motivation fades when you're tired, you're stressed, you're busy, you're overwhelmed. You're not seeing results yet. Life interrupts your plans. In other words, motivation fails during real life, and that's the flaw. If your system for progress depends on feeling good, energized, inspired, or emotionally aligned, then your system is built on sand, because life is not emotionally consistent. Your energy fluctuates, your mood fluctuates, your circumstances fluctuate. So if motivation is the engine, your progress will always be unstable. So what's the solution, you might ask? Systems, discipline, but not the way you've been taught. Most advice around discipline sounds like this: want it more, push harder, don't quit, stay hungry, grind. It sounds heroic, but it's deeply flawed because it assumes effort comes from personality. It assumes some people are just built different, that disciplined people have more drive, more willpower, more hunger. That's not true. Disciplined people don't rely on effort, they rely on structure. They don't wake up and ask, do I feel like doing this today? They wake up and follow a system that removes the question entirely. Here's what's actually happening when you try to change your life without systems. Every day, you're forced to decide again. Decide whether to work out. Decide what to do first. Decide whether to focus. Decide whether to start. Decide whether to continue. Decision-making is expensive. Each decision drains mental energy. Each negotiation weakens resolve. Each "I'll do it later" creates friction. And by the time you should be acting, your brain is already exhausted. This is why most people quit before they even begin, or chase cheap dopamine all day. It's not because the task is too hard, but because the decision to start keeps repeating. Motivation is a feeling. Systems are architecture. Motivation asks, how do I feel today? Systems ask, what happens next by default? Motivation is a spark. Systems are the fuel. That's the difference. It's like running a marathon. Motivation sprints from the get-go and give up within the first mile. Systems go slow and steady and ultimately wins the race. When systems are in place, action happens even on bad days. Progress continues even when enthusiasm is gone. Discipline becomes normal, and that's a good thing. So this begs the question, if motivation isn't the answer, what is? 3 things replace motivation completely. 1. Default actions. 2. Friction control. 3. Identity reinforcement. Let's break them down. 1. Default actions. Remove the daily choice. The most disciplined people don't decide to act. Not through intensity, through repetition. Motivation tries to convince your identity. Systems prove it, and the brain always believes proof. They design their lives so the action is the default outcome. They don't ask, should I work out today? They wake up and the next step is already decided. Clothes laid out, time blocked, task defined, get in position. No debate, no negotiation. The action happens before the mind has time to object. This is powerful because your brain resists decisions far more than it resists actions. Once motion begins, resistance drops. 2. Friction control. Make the right thing easy. Your behavior is shaped less by intention and more by environment. You don't fail because you lack discipline, you fail because the wrong behaviors are easier. Scrolling is easier than working. Sleeping in is easier than training. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to fight this. It's about redesigning your environment so the right action has less friction and the wrong action has more friction. Shoes by the door, phone out of reach, desk clean, distractions hidden. When friction is reduced, action becomes automatic. 3. Identity reinforcement. Let the brain update itself. Your brain doesn't change from speeches, it changes from evidence. Each time you follow through, even imperfectly, you send a signal. I am someone who does what I say I will. That signal compounds. When people imagine discipline, they imagine suffering, forcing, grinding, pushing through pain. But real discipline feels quieter, less dramatic, less emotional, less exhausting. It's simply doing what you know you should be doing when you should be doing it. And trust me, this transforms you from the inside out when you do this daily, because the system is doing the heavy lifting. Once action becomes routine, resistance drops, effort decreases, consistency feels normal. Not heroic, not inspiring, just inevitable. There's a moment most people miss. It's when you stop asking, how do I stay motivated? And start asking, how do I make quitting difficult? That's the shift. From emotional reliance to structural control. From personality to process. From inspiration to inevitability. Why this works even when life gets hard. Life will interrupt you. You will get tired, busy, stressed, distracted. Motivation will disappear again. That's guaranteed. But systems don't care. They don't require excitement. They don't require belief. They don't require confidence. They only require design. And once designed properly, progress continues even when you don't feel like it. Consistency built on systems creates something rare: trust in yourself. Not confidence, not hype, trust. The kind that says, I know I'll show up even when it's uncomfortable. That trust changes how you see yourself, and when identity changes, behavior follows effortlessly. So here's the final truth. Motivation will always come and go. If your success depends on it, your success will be temporary. But if your progress is built on systems, it doesn't matter how you feel. The action happens, the habit survives, the results arrive. Not because you're special, but because the system is sound. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting to feel inspired. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Build something that works without motivation. That's how real consistency is created. That's how discipline becomes natural. That's how progress becomes inevitable. This is the Ascent Club, where we don't rely on feelings, we build systems, and where real change is engineered, not hoped for. If you want more on discipline, systems, and becoming someone who follows through, subscribe. Your ascent doesn't start with motivation, it starts with structure. Do it today.